Good morning. This is early Monday morning, uh, April the 10th. I just wanted to kind of give you a fill in of what has occurred in the last 4 to 5 days and what broke the camel's back with the DSP position. And it all had to do with the little client that I was taking care of. Okay, so Monday. As soon as I came on shift, his mom had put some money on the books for him, so he wanted to go out to eat. So I took him out to eat at the Japanese restaurant that he likes to go eat. And and before we got there, we had ran into the house manager because she wasn't there initially. Somebody else was filling in for her, but we ran across her anyway. So she says, "Now you know." His name's Chris. She said, Chris, since you went out today, it'll be Saturday before you can go back out. He says, okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, we make it through that shift. Everything's good. Okay, Tuesday, he wanted to go somewhere. That's every evening. I work the evening shift, so that was every evening with him. So I took him fishing because he lives in a river town, as I stated in previous videos. We went to one of his places that he knew that was like a campground off the side of the river, which was several in that same town or county as campgrounds that were built around the river. So we got there. He fished maybe 30 minutes. He didn't catch anything, so he said, "Let's go riding some more. Let's go ride." That's all he wanted to do is entertain. That's all. His whole life is entertaining. 28 years old. He's high functioning. He may be mentally challenged, but he knows enough to manipulate to get what he wants. Okay, so we went to another part of the river, which was another big old like state park, a different state park built around the river. So we walked around there, for a little while just to tire him out. He said, "Oh, I'm getting hungry. Um, let's go back." And I said, "Okay." And then we stopped by he had said before we left home that he wanted a Coke. So, uh, and then he wanted some chicken wings whenever I got back. He wanted me to cook him some chicken wings. So when we stopped at the gas station, he says, "I want to get a Coke." So we stopped and got him a Coke. And he was looking for more snacks. I said, "Keep in mind, if you fill up on these snacks, I'm not going to cook you any chicken wings, barbecue chicken wings." He said, "Oh well, I want the wings. I don't want all this. I want the wings." So he just got the Coke. So that was Tuesday. That shift went by fine, no problem. Wednesday, he stayed in. I mean, it was bad weather because just a few days earlier than that, we had had bad tornadoes in the area and people were killed. Yes, people were killed. Um, Wednesday was kind of a bad day too. It just wasn't windy, but it was raining. Um, so we didn't go anywhere and didn't really get any much pressure from Thursday, which was my last day to work for that week. Okay, this is how he does. He sleeps all day during first shift because that first shift staff, she's the house manager, and she gets on his ass too, or something. Everybody else, but really gets on his ass. She sets the boundaries. Um, so she said he's got up about 15 minutes before you got here, and he was ready to go. It was time to go again. It's time to get out and rip and run and all of that. So before she leaves, he meets her at the door. He says, "Can I get a milkshake today? Can I get a milkshake?" She says, "No, remember, we're going to wait till Saturday." Okay. We get about halfway. I clocked in at 2, so we get about 6 o'clock, would have been halfway through my shift because it's an 8-hour shift. And he says, "I'm hungry." So I put supper on. And while supper's cooking, he gets on the phone and he calls his mama. Yeah, he calls his mom and he asks me again, "Can we go get a Coke?" After the supervisor or house manager had told him and told me not to take him out. This infuriated me. I was mad. And after I said, "Well, let's wait until after supper." But he said, let's just cut it off. Let's just cut the supper off." I said, "No." I said, "Well, you wanted supper, so I'm not going to." So he acts like he wants to hit me. Again, I get more and more madder at this situation because I said he just got on the phone and called his mom because his mom says yes. She's the yes person. So that's who he calls when he wants to go against staff to get what he wants. Because she don't understand why he should be punished for some of the things, but he is the reason that she, uh, she is the reason that he does some of the things because he knows he can get away with it. She has babied him from birth, and it's hard. He don't understand when you tell him no. He gets mad. So he gets mad because I said no to him, and I just shut down after that. I was just ready to go. I said, I only had 4 more shifts because I had turned a 2 week notice in because I wanted to start on my food stand at the end of this week here. So I just kind of shut down, and it escalates, and I just got silent while his mom was on the phone. He was talking to me like ain't nothing ever happened. I said, "I'm not speaking right now. I'm not. I'm just shutting down." Okay, she didn't understand that. She didn't understand what had happened. She don't feel, and then he just goes in. He just goes off, crying and everything on the phone to his mom, like he ain't did nothing wrong. And she feeds into it, and she takes up for him. I guess like a mother will do. But if your kid's wrong, your kid's wrong. I don't care what kind of disabilities he's got. He is smart enough. He thinks that he knows how to manipulate everybody to get what he wants. Keep in mind, his mom uh, has taken in 2 other children, small children. And every time he tried to call his mama from Monday to Thursday, she brushed him off the phone because she had to take care of these kids. And I heard him tell those kids while he was on the phone, "Can't you let me talk to my mom without you interfering?" That these kids are under 5 years old. Both of them. It's a brother and a sister who needed a home, and his mom took him in. And he tells her, he said, "Mama, I don't want to be out here at this house. I'm ready to come back home." I don't think she wanted him to come back. But if she wants him to continue where he is, she's going to have to follow along with the program with Easter Seals, because Easter Seals is got him in this house, and he has 24-hour support. But for him to keep the support, she's going to have to. When he calls and says, "Mama, I want to go do this," and he already knows that he's been told different, she's going to have to do like a father or mother would say, "Well, what did your father say?" Because his mentality is like maybe a 10 or 12, 10 to 12, like a kid. So you have to kind of, even though he's 28, you have to kind of treat him like you would a child that is small, or that age range, because that's where his mental capacity is. All he knows is entertainment. So I had gotten so mad I went outside and I called the house. I texted the house manager and I said, "You need to get over here," because I said, "I'm not even going to finish my shift out. I cannot deal with this kid no longer." She said, "Well, I can't come right now." I think she was having church or something was. Well, she was having some kind of meeting over the phone, over Zoom. So finally, his mom shows up, and she had to stay with him to the end of the shift, to the next shift. Uh, and she still was playing it off like he done nothing. Well, he hadn't done anything, but she heard him say all what he said over the phone. Um, so even after I quit and left before my notice, I wanted to know how things was working out. So the house manager, she said I didn't. She reassured me that I did nothing wrong, and she didn't blame me for not staying my notice out because she understands how he is. And she says she had to write him up, which I didn't know they could do that. But she wrote him up, and she explained to his mother that yes, he did do something wrong because he had been told on Monday that he couldn't go out spending a lot of money because she had put money on his books and it was like $100 and he knew this. And keep in mind, the previous week he showed out at her house because he didn't have any money. It was the day before she got paid. So he had me carry him over there that Thursday because I always work Monday through Thursday, the evening shift. And she said, "Son, I won't have any money till tomorrow." He went off. He took the canned Coke that he had in his hand and threw it across the yard, got Coke all over me, his mom, and the little children. His brother had to come out of the house and de escalate the situation. He took him walking and calmed him down. I was pretty much fed up with him from that point anyway, because I didn't like going to his mom's house because it's like his brother is there with his wife and their baby. And then you got these little kids. And then you got other folks hanging around. Her husband's family's there. It's just people everywhere. It wasn't nowhere to sit. And then she's out in the back with the two little kids. They're playing on the swings. And you got some big dogs running everywhere. I like pets, but I don't like no dog come up look at my hand. And I don't even like that. To be and trying to get in my lap. The dog is hell. He's tall, both of them, and they want. I understand they're friendly dogs, but after that, I said I ain't going back in that house. So when I went over that day, I sat on the porch while he went in there and visited his mom. So the stepdaddy come out and say, "Why don't you just come in?" I said, "Well, I don't feel good." I played it off because I just didn't want to be part of the chaos. I just wanted to sit out there where it's cordial, it's peaceful, tranquil. But anyway, he showed out that day when he went over there because he didn't have the money. So that's when I come back on Monday. He had the money and he wanted to go out to eat, so I took him out to eat. But Thursday he just showed his ass, and I said I can't deal with this dog. I can't deal with this young man because he's too manipulative. And if he had hit me, I'd have been in jail because I know how to hit him back. I'd have took up for myself, and I'd have been the one that got in trouble, not him, probably, because if he's mentally challenged. They would have said, "Well, you know what you signed up for." But anyway, I just wanted you to know that's what broke the camel's back. But it worked out in my behalf because that gives me for the days. Because I was wondering how I was gonna work on making sure my food stand was ready for my opening day on the 14th of April. So I got 4 days now. I got today and three more to make sure everything is right for that day. So these are things you have to keep in mind as far as if you want to become a direct support professional. That's the name of the position for the mentally challenged. If it's not the house manager, it could be the person you're taking care of. The last house I took care of, it was the house manager. The people were fine. The house manager was the challenge. So they moved me to this house where I was with the young man, took care of him. He was the challenge. So you got to keep that in mind before you decide to uh, take on these jobs. Because there's a reason why these jobs show up more than others on Indeed. They can't keep nobody. In nursing homes, you're going to see them on there too. The CNA, because those are physically demanding jobs. But the DSP jobs, the direct support jobs, most of the time they're not physically demanding. They're more so stressful because of the dealing with people that are born mentally challenged. That's the nice way of saying it. The old way, old timey way, I heard when they called them retarded, but they don't use that word no more. Um, those are stressful situations because you can get with people like this young man that can turn violent on you at the drop of a hat just because you said no. So you got to be careful what you sign up for, because you can get yourself in a terrible situation where they can be get yourself hurt physically or just working with a chaotic situation in general. Um, and that's all I have this morning for that. I've got to get my day started. I got a lot of stuff to do as far as my food stand. I got some laundry to do. I got a list that I need to check off today. And I'm getting ready to get started on it. You all have a blessed day.